Cam Johnson.
Yo, this is the first game I've seen of him like this. This is not real.
We back. We are so back, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Coming off a great win, man. I mean, the Hawks are just doo-doo, but it was a great win, though. It was a great win, bro. Like Cam,
We'll take it.
we'll take it. You know what I'm saying? The Hawks were doo-doo, but hey, shout out to Hold My Latte, Emotive, Nest Legend was good. Yeah, man. Tonight I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe my eyes watching CJ and Dennis Schroder turn into prime Steph Curry and prime Klay Thompson. I just couldn't believe it. Hitting threes.
I thought he was about to get 40.
Bro, I'm like, how is CJ? Where has the CJ been? Because I tweeted out earlier tonight. I was like, CJ, this is gonna be CJ's breakout game, and I put like the eyes emoji because I was like, is this CJ's breakout game? Like, is this gonna return of CJ? You know, is this the CJ? Do you remember the Philly? Hold on, let me play the Philly clip. Do you remember this CJ, bro? Do you remember this CJ that we saw? Like, is this the return of this CJ? The dagger CJ? Like,
He really said, I'm worth 90 mil.
I mean,
hey,
you look at the stats, and I mean, like, come on, man. Like, we've been coming at CJ all year long, and his percentage has been so down, man. And it's like you want to root for the guy, but it's just he's been terrible. He's been trash. But tonight it was just a different story. I mean, I don't know if it's because the Hawks are just so bad or CJ just felt the rhythm. I think we made it a point. Shout out to Kevin Ollie too. He made it a focus to get CJ involved early. Like, I mean, I saw some plays set up for him. He was coming off screens. He had a whole bunch of wide open threes tonight. And I think we kind of knew CJ was getting a little hot in the beginning, and they did a good job of kept feeding him.
Fed the hot hand.
Yeah,
they fed it. And I felt like, so this is a big dub, right? This is a big dub. We'll take it, right? We do have an easy schedule coming up. And we're 3 games behind the Hawks. Yes, we have the tiebreaker, but we play them again. We need to win, and we need to continue to win, because if we lose this next game against them, our season is essentially over.
Yeah.
This was big, but you got to win next game too, because they're obviously going to be without Trae Young as well. But this was huge. And going on to what CJ was what CJ was doing, he was actually getting plays ran for him. This is what happens when you actually put players in a scenario to thrive. Every single player every single one of these players that we've had, Mikal, CJ, Dorian, all of these players have come from situations where their teammates are better than them, and they get set up, all 3 of them. And you see what happens when you involve CJ, when you actually run plays for him. Because the thing is, we know that CJ has had a trouble time trying to get his own, because in a Jock Vaughn offense, guess what he was doing? He was trying to get buckets and try to do it himself, when in reality, that's just not the type of player he is. He gets plays, he gets plays ran for him, he gets set up, and that's how you do it. I can understand why we weren't scoring the ball well. We have a new coach. If he's actually implementing new systems, we're going from a free-for-all offense to a system, an actual thing going on. We're actually running plays, and players have to get used to it. And that makes sense. This is a game, although the Hawks defense is bad, don't get me wrong, we actually look good. Everything seemed to be fluid, especially defensively. The effort was definitely there tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Like everything you said. Real quick stats. So we shot 47% from 3, an insane 47% from 3. Free throw 76. We won the rebound battle 43-39. 10 turnovers, and then we shot 46 threes and made 22. We know this team kind of does live and die by the 3, but like Rach was saying, I did see a lot more offensive movement. I saw Mikal hit a couple threes, and he was coming off screens. I saw there was a nice pin down. I don't know if you remember this. Nick Claxton did a pin down.
Yeah, he cooked up that first quarter.
Yeah, he came pinned down for Mikal, and Mikal came off and hit a 3.
First quarter was beautiful. Beautiful basketball. Beautiful.
That's the offense we need. Like, get CJ and get Mikal coming off these screens, open looks. You know, and we got to do this against good teams because the Hawks are
If you can
good.
do this against good teams, this is the type of shit that keeps you in the head coaching position. This is the
Yeah,
type of shit. You keep this up. I'm not saying we got to be perfect every game. We're the Brooklyn Nets. We're obviously not going to be. We
yeah.
know this. We're not,
We're not
we're
gonna
not that.
shoot
We're
almost
not them.
50%
We're
from
not
three
them
every.
like that. This today was different
You're
because
gonna
the
shoot
thing
fifty
is that
percent from
they
three,
were,
bro.
yeah, and I was talking to Cypher earlier, but he mentioned and it was true. They had Clint in a drop coverage.
Yeah, they
And
did.
obviously, we weren't able to really score at the rim much because they have Clint Capella down there. But guess what? When you're shooting 45% from three, I
Yeah,
think that's okay.
yeah,
You want that to happen. If you're making all of these threes, Clint Capella continue to sit in the paint. They
yeah.
didn't have Onyeka today, so they didn't have anybody really. It was just Clint.
They were dropping on those threes. We was getting so many open looks, bro. Like Dennis Schroder. Like, what could you go as in the NBA world? When have you like looked at somebody dead in the eye and been like, "Yo, Dennis Schroder's about to hit 5 threes tonight"? Like,
Yo, shout out to the CJ and Dennis Schroder over
yeah,
betters.
yeah. Like they're like Dennis Schroder's about to hit 5 threes tonight. Like, who had that? I wonder who bet that tonight. I would like to look at the sports books and see who bet Dennis Schroder having over his. What was his prop? His spread was probably like 1.5 threes.
Yeah, it's
This
one and a half
man
threes for sure. That's definitely the
Yeah,
spread.
this man made 5. Somebody said Ray just trying to trigger. Ray's trying to trigger the stream with that 10 jersey.
Oh
Yo,
yeah. Hey, he was questionable today, and guess what? He showed,
bro.
he showed who he is, and guess what? He played today in the biggest game essentially of the season for us. Ben Simmons was not there.
Ben
He
10, bro.
he
Like
sent he sent he sent a picture of Dak Prescott just to let us know that he was not showing up.
Nah, the Ben Simmons stuff when I saw today that what he was, I wasn't really shocked. I wasn't surprised, but I was just like, damn, bro.
He
Like
tried, bro. He sent us a picture of Joel Embiid in the playoffs and non-existent. He wasn't there. He was not showing up.
he's still scared of the Hawks. He's still scared of the Hawks.
Yo, yeah, he was just not trying to cut. He was just not trying to play
Damn,
the Hawks again.
son.
He got the PTSD.
Yeah. Shout out to Peoples Hernandez. He says 97 points allowed. That's what stands for me. Yeah, like I said, like it was a mixture between the Hawks being really doo-doo. I'm sorry, they were
Ass.
doo-doo. But our defense was
Ass.
good. Defense was good. Tonight, like I said, the offense, this is what we hope for. I mean, we're trying to outshoot more threes in these teams and shoot from three. So when the Nets are shooting, like I saw, the Nets are hot when Dayron's hitting back-to-back threes. Like, come on, son.
I was just about to say that too. And it's like the thing is, it's like we've been doing this whole three shit the whole time. Like ever since like we, obviously got the stars, we started to live and die by the three because we had also had Joe Harris. We were stacked there. And we've like continued to set this up. And it's like, okay, if you want to play like that, fine. But at least one, be a good be able to hit your open shots, and two, make sure these threes you're taking aren't forced. Make sure you're not like we're not just chucking them up and we just don't have a look there. I'm glad at least what we're doing is we're shooting threes, but they're off looks and they're good shots. They're open. You take those threes.
Yeah, you take those
and
threes.
I'll live with I'll live with a Miss CJ open three or Miss McKell open three. All these guys that can shoot. I'll live with that because that's a good shot.
Yeah, and it's like when we move the ball and when, like I said, Dennis Schroder did a great job of playmaking tonight. When we move the ball and we hit these open threes, like it's just I feel like we can stand with these teams, but now we just got to do this against the good teams. You know what I'm saying? And well, let me ask you this before, like I know this might not be a long stream, but if the Nets, let's say we win the next game, well, we have to win the next game against the Hawks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we win these 2 games. What do you see in the future, like for the play-in tournament? Are you gonna be like kind of neutral about it? Do you think the Nets have a chance to slide in? Or you think it depends on the matchups, or do you like think the Nets could squeeze out a play-in win?
So
1 game play-in win?
I completely think that like I think every Nets fan in existence should not expect us to make the play-in. Just we're still on the outside looking in right now, and we still got to win, and we're still in a new position with a new coach, and we're not very talented.
Yeah,
we got players who can play for sure, but we're not we're not them. We're not them like that. At least not right now.
yeah.
And we're under a new system. But the thing is that if we can show up like this against the 76ers, because what we have coming up is we have the Hawks, we have like the Hornets, Pistons, 76ers, And then, but it's nothing really. Grizzlies are
Grizzlies.
after the Hawks, and then I think it's the Pistons after, and then it's the 76ers, and then it's the Hornets. You need to win those games.
Yeah.
And we can. If we show up like how we did tonight, we're beating the 76ers because they're still without Embiid. They're a solid squad for sure, but if we're playing at our best level, we can beat them.
Yeah, we should be able to beat them without Embiid. And like I said, these other teams, we should rack up a couple wins on this little stretch right here where we're playing the Hornets. You said the Hornets, 76ers, who else? Like Pistons, like
Grizzlies.
We should rack up a couple wins. Like
and I like another thing is that like I thought this completely. I said if every single thing went well going into the season, we had good coaching, players were playing well, Ben Simmons was playing, Cam Thomas was playing, and everyone was just looking like how they were supposed to. This is a 6th seed team.
Yeah.
But we weren't able to see that, and now we're the outside looking in.
Oh my God! If CJ was shooting like this early on, and Ben was healthy, and Mikal was playing well,
think if we were running because we were running a free for all offense for half the year, we're 23-36 right now. That's not good. 6th seed, that's making the playoffs and not even have to worry about a play-in game.
Yeah.
But that was with everything firing on all cylinders. We knew we know we're Nets fans. We don't get the best case scenario. Never. Yeah. So it's like, it's just not going to happen. With Ben, everything's too uncertain, and we had Jacques Vaughn coaching.
Yeah.
We fired him for a reason.
Yeah.
We went, not good. Not good. But if we can look like this, we got a shot. We don't have a hard schedule coming up at all.
Yeah. We gotta rack up these wins in order to make the play-in. Shout out to Hold My Latte. When I watched the first quarter 3 started raining, I knew today is a good day for the Nets. Yeah, bro. It's like everybody could have missed. I literally watched Dennis Smith Jr. take the ball out of DeJounte Murray's hands and just shoot a 3. Like and make
I watched him do a step back and I watched Dennis Smith Jr. hit a step back shot.
I don't know if like the Nets are gonna ever shoot like this again because like literally everybody was making threes. Like I swear, if Kevin Ollie checked in and did a step back, he would have made a 3. Like everybody was making threes.
You know what you know what I just want to see after this game. I'm just so excited that we beat the worst defense in the league that we should play the Celtics now. But no, I'm just playing. But the thing is that I really wonder if we're looking like this, like what do we look like against the Celtics, the Bucks? What do we look like against these teams? I'm just trying to think, like, imagine we're playing at our best and we're playing a team like that. How do we compare? Like, do we still lose? Or I think if we're playing like this, I don't know. Like, obviously, like the second quarter was a little iffy because they cut it to within 6.
Yeah. And but the defense, like I said, there's probably better defensive teams. I don't know if we're gonna shoot like because we were getting like some of these shots CJ and Mikal were like I didn't see anybody like it was like that defense was really bad, bro. The Hawks were playing tonight. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we gotta that's why you also gotta think like we got these nice games coming up, but like
take advantage of the bad teams. Take advantage of it. And that's all we can hope for.
But you got to win. You have to win. We can't afford to lose anymore. We're at the point where we can't fucking lose. We can't lose.
It's just really tough, man, because it's like we go through these stretches sometimes where we play good against like a team like this or like what was the last game we won?
We played. So we had the Grizzlies, right?
The Grizzlies, yeah.
We had, but you got to think all of these games that we've streamed at, and we were like, we kind of get a little excited. Guess what those games were? A depleted 76ers team, the Spurs, yeah. Remember we got the Spurs too, because it's like it's just like I just want to like it's nice to see this, and obviously Atlanta is the team that we need. They're the only playing spot ahead of us. Right now, they're the one ahead of us. That's the team for that 10 seed that we're playing for. So obviously we got to win every game we can, but it just shows you how bad we are. We were really. We're behind the Hawks. The Hawks are shit. Even with Trae Young, they weren't winning.
I'm looking at this team.
Murray. They have all those names, and they're still a 10th seed.
I'm looking at this team when I'm watching this game tonight, and I texted you this. I'm like, how are we behind these guys? Like, these guys are so bad. Like, the Hawks are terrible.
This is embarrassing, but you know what? hopefully there's something that can spark a miracle, and that's a playing spot.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? Because the Hawks have to lose too, and if they're winning, you're not in a great position because you're the
Yeah.
one behind.
Shout
We
out
do have the
to
tiebreaker though. That's big.
yeah, the tiebreaker we need. Shout out to Ramon. He said, "Oh, the tribute video for Patty Mills." Yeah. Patty got waived, literally like right before the game. Patty Mills. Shout out to Patty Mills in the Aussies, Australia. Yeah, he got waived.
Yeah, he had one good season for us.
I
He had
wonder who's
one,
gonna pick up Patty. You think anybody's gonna pick up Patty?
bro. He's just gotta
Oh, he's cooked. He's
throw in the
cooked.
towel. He's had his championships.
He has rings. He could retire right now. He could
Bro,
probably
yeah,
play for
he's fine,
Australia.
and and over the past like 2 years, he's got passed around like a joint, bro.
Yeah, he's cooked. I'm sorry. Shout out to Patty, but he's cooked. I mean, he had a great career though. You got your rings.
Oh yeah,
Greatest,
Joe Harris too. Joe Harris too.
Joe
But Joe Harris
yeah, he
hasn't
got
won any
waived.
rings.
Forgot Joe Harris got waived.
Yeah, but we gave him that big ass contract. I think he's fine.
That's literally the biggest contract of his career. Like he's probably cooked too. Like he's done.
It's
Like,
crazy. It's crazy to think what 3-point shooting, how much money if you're good at 3-point shooting and you're tall.
Like
you're
I
gonna
would
get
kind of
some
be
money.
shocked if a team signs Joe Harris right now. Like I kind of would be shocked.
How do the Pistons not play Joe Harris?
Oh yeah, so when he was in the trade, did you see him
Pistons.
play at all, bro? Did he play at all? Like or
Dude,
like sometimes, like garbage minutes.
He would play garbage minutes, and not only that, he shot like 30% from three. Like he didn't do anything.
Yeah, shout out to Joey, Nets legend, but
your time is also up, bud.
Yeah, bro, he's cooked.
It's also funny too because we just got rid of these guys over the off season. Just got rid of these guys.
Yeah,
we just got that's embarrassing.
It sucks, man. Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Peterson too, man.
Oh yeah. Let's quickly talk about that, and then I'll end this stream. So Jeff Peterson, man, so there were talks about Jeff. And if you guys don't know about Jeff, he is the assistant GM. Basically,
was the assistant
GM. I'm sorry, was the assistant GM. He was in charge of scouting the draft. Big part. He got hired in 2019. So Claxton, Cam Thomas, Kessler, Jalen Wilson, Clowney, all these guys, the guys that you guys love. He was a big hand in drafting. Like he is in the grind. Like, Sean is the GM, so Sean can designate certain people, but Jeff was in the trenches, like with the scouts, looking at, Jalen Wilson in Kansas. He's probably at one of these Kansas games. He's like
Clowney.
He's in the grind. He was in the grind for us, and he was a really big part of the Nets draft and who we chose and developing our players. Yeah, so we thought Jeff was gonna be the one to succeed because he was getting looks for a long time. Like a lot of teams wanted him. The Hornets wanted him, and there was a report that said Jeff was gonna possibly, shout out to Scotto. I think it was a Scotto report. He said that Jeff was gonna get a promotion, but he was gonna be president of basketball operations, and Sean Marks would be like the alternate governor or like a different, literally still under Sean.
I think what it was he'd have the GM position and Sean Marks would be head of basketball operations.
Oh, that's what it was? Okay.
So,
I thought it was something like that.
It was that. So basically, obviously, Jeff Peterson would have had more of like the little like the player, the little moves. That and Sean Marks would take a little bit of a step back from that and he'd kind of focus on the PR and stuff. Just like stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
because I'm interested to know, I still don't really know what role does the president of basketball operations have, because some teams just have GMs and don't have that, or some teams kind of mix it. It'll be the GM will be the president of basketball operations, and some teams have two. So it's like, if you're a GM, do you really have the freedom? If you don't have let's say if you don't have the president of basketball operations behind you, above you, do you still have the freedom, or you have to run it by him? I want to do this and this and this. I want to trade this and this and this. Do you have a leash on you?
I still find it funny though that Sean Marks is getting a raise. That's what the plan was, to give this guy a raise. It's just funny at the end of the day because we obviously all understand how bad Sean Marks is as a GM. I get it, but at the end of the day, this all falls on Joe Tsai. He could have got rid of him 2 years ago or a year ago. He could have got rid of him when Kevin Durant said, "Hey man, it's me or them."
Yeah.
And guess what? Sean Marks has looked horrible, and Steve Nash was gone last year.
Yeah.
So maybe Josai should have just listened to him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And about back to Jeff, it's like I was rooting for Jeff to be our GM for it's been 2-3 years, like since 2021, I've been rooting for Jeff. I've been wanting Sean gone for a long time. And now that Jeff has gone to the Hornets to become the GM or the position he has, it scares me. Like it scares me because it's like, is Sean gonna be here? Like, is this position like solidified? Is it that much, Josiah, that like you had to lose your best candidates to take over to keep Sean Marks? You know what I'm saying? So Sean could keep his position. Like it really scares me to see like what the future holds with Sean Marks because like he really might be here again. You might be here again.
It's funny. I see it. I see Sean Marks
Yeah.
sticking around for another year, and then we'll see what
Yeah.
happens because it's just funny to me how like obviously like things look nice now, and hopefully they can continue to look nice, and maybe a star would want to come here, but
Yeah.
we're simply relying on someone wanting to come here when it really doesn't make sense whatsoever. We're just lucky that Donovan Mitchell is from here. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all
Yeah.
we have. We
Yeah.
got Sean Marks. Yeah, he did a little bit, but at the end of the day, that it was nice to watch a fun team. We still got booted out the first round.
Yeah.
We did it 2 years in a row. So it's nothing really too serious. And also he also got very lucky because Kyrie was able to get Kevin Durant to come here. But the only reason Kyrie wanted to come here was because he was also from here.
Yeah.
Jersey.
Exactly.
He
Exactly.
got there's no Kevin Durant without Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
There's
And
no Kevin Durant.
shout out to Hold My Latte. It's like I was on KD's side. Like you can go back and look through this channel and the streams. I was wanted Sean gone, and people came at me like, "Oh, you can't side with the players." Da-da-da-da-da. But I'm like,
They're being
"Fuck no."
AJ. They're being divas. They're being divas.
Yeah, they were like, "You're divas." Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I was like, "No, no, 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 no. Give Kyrie his money and fire Sean. Let KD build his own or at least have more input
This is
into the
this is
franchise."
it's AJ.
Mhm.
It's literally been years in the making. We've said this for years.
Yeah,
Years. We've done this so much over the
yeah,
past 3 years. We've done streams on a lot of games.
yeah,
We've said it. We've done regular videos. We've done regular podcasts. Just talking about the team, talking about Sean Marks, talking
yeah,
about how everything is being run. We've had the same problems with the coaching. We've had this. It's all up to the ownership at the end of the day. That front office. That's what's
yeah.
been killing us
Because that
the
they
whole
don't win
time.
the
Because
rings, bro.
and
They don't
bro,
win
and
the chips.
even
Players win the
even
chips.
when we even when we had our stars, we
Mm,
still didn't make necessary moves to make us better
yeah,
ever. And that was a big problem with Sean Marks. Sean Marks showed how bad of a GM even when he had three superstars.
yeah, yeah. Because we was over here begging for some wings, begging for a center to help
Begging
Clax,
for a backup point
beg up for
guard.
a backup point guard. Like we was
Mike James
begging.
was the best you got us, Sean Marks.
Yeah, and Katie saw it early. Katie saw the how inactive Sean was, and he was like, "Yo, this guy is not good. Get him the out of here."
You're
And we should have listened to him,
you're
bro.
telling
I'm
me
sorry,
backup point guard, Patty Mills? Like, yeah, he
Patty
wasn't bad, but he's
Mills.
not a point guard.
This man was signing just random people, man. Just random 10 days that would just get signed and not play.
Dennis Schroder is the first true point guard we've had in a minute.
Yeah. And then the TPEs that we just don't use. Like, yeah, yeah, guys. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess we want to stay under the luxury tax, so it makes sense, I guess. But
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
you gotta you gotta go full out because you in reality, if you don't, you're not gonna beat all of these stupid super teams. This game is super team based. Like
Yeah.
basketball is broken right now. Like
Yeah.
there's so many super teams, and there's
And then
been teams that's been around, but there's so many super teams that we have to beat.
yeah.
And you think your Mikel led franchise can do that right now? And nothing against Mikel, but that's just that's not the guy that's going to beat Giannis and
Yeah.
Damian Lillard or the Celtics. It's just not going to happen.
And
You got to get better, and you
the
got
Nets
to just
gotta
go
make a
all out.
bang bang because we know we're in the star. They made it clear that we're star hunting, so they gotta make a bang bang move soon, and it's gotta be in the off season because let's say Cleveland does get bounced in the first round, let's say Donovan denies his player his extension.
He wants out.
And he wants out. You got to pounce on that. You got to pounce on that because watch, soon as the Nets trade for Donovan or Donovan comes here, watch how everything changes. Views, more people are looking at the Nets, more attractive place for the people to come. Like
more viewers on the channel.
You'll see that the change is like, don't let Donovan Mitchell come here or somebody come here. Like they're gonna things will start to, you'll start to see a change. But like I said, the Nets got to make that move in the offseason, or you can't just like Sean Marks. He sits on his hands every single year. Every single year he sits on his hands. Like he can't do that again.
And it's like even during the trade deadline, it's like it makes sense. Like obviously because his mindset is we're gonna just get a star in the offseason. So obviously he's not gonna go all out on the trade deadline because there's really like nobody.
Yeah.
But so what he did was he did the bare minimum and he just got rid of the guys you had to get rid of. Spencer Dinwiddie looks like shit. Royce O'Neal has looked good. So you got screwed out of that deal. You got essentially nothing.
We helped the Suns who have our pick.
You got 2 second round.
We have the Suns picks.
You got Keita Bates Diop, who's played maybe, I can count on my one hand how he's doing nothing for us. We traded a first round pick for that man. It was so dumb. We literally just had to cut our losses.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's embarrassing because he's had to do that so many times. We had to give up picks to trade Joe Harris. We had to give up picks to get rid of Patty Mills.
Yeah. It was just really exactly. He's gotta do something. Like I said, in the summer, he's got to make a move because time is going away from you. Mikal is gonna be there's gonna be 1 year left on Mikal's deal. And you're gonna miss the opportunity of his beautiful team-friendly contract, because after the team-friendly contract is no point in star hunting because it's like he's gonna be expensive. You already gave Cam Johnson a huge amount of money. You got Ben Simmons on a contract. You got so it's like you got to make this move now, or you go into a rebuild. You got to make the move now, or you go into a rebuild.
We traded James Harden for Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons is like he's. I think we've seen enough. Like I don't know. He's just done, man. You just got to get rid of him. Like if you genuinely want to take a step in the right direction, because if he's not going to play, what is he even doing? And even when he's playing, he helps. But the thing is that there's so many limitations with that guy. You're point guard. You can't shoot, and you don't do anything off the ball ever. You don't do anything off the ball. So it's like, there's so many negatives that we have to fight, and we haven't even seen him play in a single playoff game on our team yet.
Very sad.
We have to. He's scared. There'll be a 6'6" dude in the paint, and he'll still be scared to just dunk it on him, man.
Yeah.
And part of that is his mentality, and part of it is how his body is. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Sean Marks has to do something. I don't even know how. He's lucky he still has his job, but if he wants to keep his job, make these moves. You got to just say, you just got to say, come on. You just got to do it.
Yeah, you got to do it now because, like I say, time is running out. Mikal's contract is going to end soon.
Let Mikal ask for a trade, and guess what? All that value that you had that was going for him is going out the window because guess what?
Yeah, you lose your leverage.
Because you lose that leverage that you had, because the thing was with the Rockets is that they were playing good, so they were like, oh, we can get Mikal, and he's there. And it made sense because we had their picks, or they had our picks.
Yeah.
And they were going to trade them back. And that would have put you in the perfect rebuild position. But if you didn't want to do that, fine. But all I know is that you better get Donovan Mitchell. You better you got to get something done. Because if you don't, if he's not gone, then I don't know. We're the biggest poverty franchise of all time because there's no way.
We're poverty. Make sure I hit that like button. Subscribe. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. We'll be back. Let's just keep winning. Let's defeat the Hawks on Saturday. And like I said, take advantage of the teams that we're supposed to beat. That's what we got to do. This was a good win. Please hit that like button. Check us out on Instagram. That's Kingdom1. All our Twitters are at the bottom. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button for us to support. We'll be back.